outer space. So cover and duck, you're out of luck, we don't give up. Yeah, we're going up, next floor is us, you're riding with us. We want you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, we go party till we black out. So get the fuck up.
Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift
the speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature. Close to the speed of light is a kind of elixir of life. Because time slows down close to the speed of light, special relativity provides us with a means of going to the stars.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Simple Motorsport. My name's Dan Davis, also known as Unorthodox, and we are back live here at Simple Motorsport. We've had a little bit of a break from racing, but we are back here at Spa-Francorchamps for round 10 of the Simple F1 Championship. And what a season it has been so far. A couple of drivers missing, obviously, due to being the Easter bank holiday weekend. So it's nice to have a few cars on track here tonight. And we are at the famous Spa-Francorchamps. As we head into the 10th round of the season, this is your championship standings as it stands for the Drivers' Championships. Leading the way is Matahimovic in the Aston Martin with 167 points to his name, but his closest rival in second place is this man, Green Pies, currently second place in the championship and looking to hunt him down. Last couple of races he will be moving to Milan, so he needs to do all his hard work as soon as possible. 130 points, 37 points gap between him and Matahimovic. In third place position is this man, Gary 131, who's still into the pits right now. 100 points onto his name and 67 behind Matt, so it's still possible for him to catch him as well. 67 points separating the top three at this stage of the championship. Fourth place is Mazda, who's not here tonight. In fifth place is Sutty Apex in the McLaren on his own tonight. No Fury CBK tonight, so sadly no Fury will be on track to help him out as Bryn is already retired from the session there. In sixth place position is PN Motorsport, doing it for Ferrari. What can PN Motorsport do with 54 points to his name and 113 points back from the leaders? Can he gain some decent points? Seventh place is Fury, but like I said, no Fury tonight. Eighth place, no A Smith either. And ninth place is Monkey Boy, still no AlphaTauris tonight, so we're going to miss them this evening. In 10th place is Emo Guy in the Alpine. 11th place is the Mutts Nuts, who is currently out on track as well, doing it for Williams. In 12th place position is D Biggs who's sadly not here either. In 13th place is DJ Phil in the Red Bull. Currently still in the pits right now. 14th place is Argent. 15th is KLF 900. 16th is Big Boy Brazier. And helping out the Ferrari duo. Looked very strong out in Hungary. What can he do here at Spa-Francorchamps? Can he get the top guys a bit of a headache? In 17th place is Rabbit Joe, doing it for Haas once again. There he is. And in 18th place is Goten Duffin. 19th place is Bryn. And bringing up the rear is Leon Funny, but he is not racing at this precise stage. And we got a new guy in, or I say new, a guy who haven't been seen for a very long time, and it's nice to see him back on track. It is Lucas Roth, aka Keeks, and he is back racing here for the Haas, who's partnered up with Rabbit Joe. Fun fact for you, Keeks actually named his character after a driver on F1, which is actually called Lucas Roth. And I believe the reason behind it was because Gary131 was getting a bit frustrated with that car, and was stuck behind it as an AI for ages, I believe. I'm not 100% on that story, but that is that. But that is your championship standings for the drivers. Regarding the teams, it is Aston Martin leading the way with 267 points to their name. In second place is Williams, 110, 157 points behind. In third is McLaren, 95 points, 172 points behind. And in fourth place is Haas on 91 points. Fifth place is AlphaTauri, 76. Sixth is Alfa Romeo. Seventh is Ferrari. Eighth is Alpine. Ninth is Red Bull. And in 10th place position, you don't often hear this, is Mercedes. That is your teams and drivers championship standings. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We are back, we are racing. Get your votes in, get your chat in going as well. I will try and communicate between you guys and obviously commentating as we go along. But at this stage, it's the Mutts Nuts who sets the first pace here, with PM Motorsport coming in the line of 46 as Green Pie sets the pace already with a 43.2. And we've also got this new guy. I'm going to try my best to Jalik Joe 98. That's what I'm going to go for. Jalik Joe, a good friend of Green Pie's. I believe it's a workmate. So he's doing it for Alfa Romeo and with his teammate Green Pies. He's currently gone into second place position. Rabbit Joe has crossed the line and does a 46. I believe Jamie Brazier, or Big Boy Brazier, is coming into the final chicane now, into the bus stop chicane. What is this lap time going to be from the Big Boy? Across the line, and he goes second, a 44.4. So he's looking good already there. Guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and spread the stream around. Let's get as many people in here as we possibly can. And like I said, happy Easter. Welcome everybody to Simpo Motorsport. We are back in business as Goten Duffin also. Both Mercedes out of this session then. There it is. So a bit of damage there for the Mercedes. But we are back. A few hiccups with stream-wise. Matt obviously is the main man when it comes to these streams, and he's had a little bit of issues with electricals in his house. So we've had to postpone F1. Sadly, the World Endurance Championship has come to an end due to not enough interest. So sadly, we will not be doing the World Endurance Championship no more, but we will still be doing the 24 hours in Le Mans in June. So keep an eye out for that as well. But we got loads of new exciting things. The GT3 season has come to an end also, but we do have a new season underway very shortly. Green Pies comes back into the pits. I'm trying to do a lap around Spa. We'll use Gary131. A man who seems to be quite handy around here at Spa-Francorchamps. So like I said, a new GT3 season will be coming across to us soon, and also we have got another championship underway as well. Replacing the World Endurance, we're looking to do a touring car championship alongside with the remaining seasons of F1 and also the remaining races of GT3s. They'll be alongside, so a lot of people interested in having the touring car championship as well, as Gary131 comes through into the final sector to start his outlap, and we will do a lap here with the man himself, the two-time champ in Pro GT3s, as he tries to get a decent exit out the final corner and fails to do so as he goes down into turn 1, also known as La Source. and he brakes at the 100-meter board. Want to make sure he gets a good turn in and good exit. Once he gets a good exit, he will then want to make sure he stays flat all the way up to Eau Rouge. On Project Cars, you want to stay away from the right-hand side of the wall, as you will glitch out. Gets crossed over to that curb, up to Eau Rouge, and across Radion. Easily done in these F1 cars, no stress. Into the DRS road, down to Camel Straight, sorry. Matt loves it when I call it Camel Straight, as we then come up to the top section. Turns 7, 8, and 9. Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg coming together, both ruining their races. And through 9, Gary goes. Nicely negotiated through there. Down to turn 10. Very easy to miss your braking run wide, but you can bring the car back. Gary managed to do so nicely. Turn 11 is also known as No Name, as doesn't actually have a name for the circuit. Easy to run wide. Michael Schumacher and David Coulthard coming together, and then they had a fight into Pouhon. Very easy for the car to understeer and go wide, but Gary 131 doing a brilliant job of that. Turn 13, 14 and 15. A bit of a set of corners where you think you can go faster, but it's actually take your time, get through him as he goes down into turn 15. Beautifully done there from Gary 131. Turn 16 and it's pretty much flat all the way up through here. Turn 17, 18 all the way down to the bus stop chicane. Relatively easy for these F1 cars, no real drama as he comes down the back straight. Now he then comes into this quick left-hander where Max Verstappen went right round the outsider, Felipe Nasr I believe, and gets the job done. Into the bus stop chicane, clip the apex, clip the other apex, get a great run out the corner as well, and that's a lap with Gary 131. And what time does he do? He does a 46.8 from Gary 131. That is a lap of Spa-Francorchamps in the F1 car with your two-time pro champ. So what are we looking at here tonight, guys? We are looking to see what strategy these guys are doing. A reminder that Gary did that on the medium tyre as well. So tyres is going to be an interesting one to see, as the new F1 rules state that the drivers can choose whatever tyres they would like to start the race. But obviously we're back in the 2021 game, and it's all about what tyres you start on. As sector 3, we do have a car slow. That is Rabbit Joe. He looks like he's had a little spin in the final corner, which is very easy to do. Still drivers to set a lap time. Lucas Roth, Sutty Apex and DJ Phil. All these guys still yet to set a lap time. Guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to take pole position here tonight and who you think is going to take the race win as well. We're doing the whole 100% race here, as Big Boy Brazier goes back on track. If you hear me saying Jamie, this is the man I'm talking about, and he's opted to go onto the medium tyre. So maybe he's going to try and start on those tyres. That is the question, as he is now catching up to Rabbit Joe down the Camel Straight. But we do have an exciting season for you coming ahead. In the GT3s, we have got some awesome circuits coming your way. We start the season off at Sakito, and what a track as well. A lot of people have been testing, a lot of rumours of drivers going with certain teams, certain cars, and it's going to be an interesting season nonetheless. It's definitely one to watch. Make sure you tune in for that, because it's going to be all sorts of fun, and I'm going to be in your commentary box the whole time we are there. We will be racing with GT3s. I'll be your Pro-Am and Pro commentator, and I believe I'm possibly having Big Boy Brazier and possibly Smithy himself all in the commentary box at times, possibly Matt as well. But we're currently focusing on F1 tonight, and it's been this man Green Pies has been on a roll at this minute, really bringing those gaps down to Matt and really getting those race wins to his name. We can't see him right now because he is currently in the pits. We will go on board with Rabbit Joe. Can he get through the bus stop chicane without any mishaps this time? But guys, if you are interested in signing up to the Simplay Motorsport channel and get involved in the racing, then head over to our Facebook page and our Discord page as well, and you can get involved with any of the F1 racing and also the GT3s on Project Cars and possibly the Touring Car Championship as well. Once we get underway with that, we're just getting a few rules and regulations sorted and organised for that. But it's going to be an interesting season, Season 6 on your way, and it's going to be a great season nonetheless. As Emplava, some have already announced their teams, and Emplava is one of them, has announced his team. I will go through the teams a little bit later on, but currently the calendar looks like this. We'll be starting the season at Sakito round 1. Round 2 will be Road America. Round 3 is going to be Imola. Round 4 we'll be going to the Circuit of Americas. Round 5, Zolder. Round 6 we'll be coming back to Spa once again. Round 7, Silverstone Classic, with round 8 being at Hockenheim. 9 is going to go the way of Bruno in the Czech Republic. 10 is going to be Daytona. 11 we head to Germany for the Oschersleben race, and we will finish things off in Italy for Monza. What a couple of races we are ahead of us for season 6. Couple fun facts for you about Spa. Currently one of only 4 circuits that has been on the F1 calendar since 1950, since the F1 World Championship came together, and obviously that being this circuit, Monaco, Silverstone, and also Monza itself. So those 4 circuits are the only ever ones to ever host the Grand Prix since 1950. Obviously Spa did have some time away, but they have been back since. So it is cool to have Spa on the calendar. It'd be sad to see it go if it does get replaced, and I really hope it doesn't. Matt currently out on track, but the Mutts Nuts currently on a lap time. We will go on board with him. So according to the facts that I'm reading here, it also has the highest elevation change of any current circuit, with 102.2 meters between the lowest and the highest point of the circuit. So Spa-Francorchamps is also the longest as well, with 7.004 kilometers long. So it's the longest calendar as well, the longest race on the calendar. It always experiences the highest annual rainfall of anywhere in Belgium. At one stage, the rain at Belgian Grand Prix for 20 years in a row. So there's a fun fact for you there. And also another fun fact for you as well, the 1998 Belgian Grand Prix, which everyone remembers was heavily wet conditions, horrible conditions, where we had that massive pile-up where 13 cars estimated damage bill was around 13 million US dollars. 13 million, so a lot of damage there as well. Bruno, your favorite? Actually, if I'm honest, then probably the circuit that I like the most, and it's winding me up that people don't want it, is actually Oschersleben is my favorite of that calendar. So keep an eye out for that round, because that would be a great round to watch. But it is still currently Green Pies, your fastest man at this minute. If these guys want to get a lap time in, they want to start thinking about leaving the pits. Matt currently on a lap time on his soft tyres. Some of them do not want to obviously waste their tyres this late on and try and save them for the race. Hopefully we ain't got rain forecast, because that really would upset people. But we will get the time up, as Matt is currently 1.1 up on his best. So we'll see, he's purple middle sector, so it's a good start for him here. A couple of drivers have been announced. Slingshot Motorsport together once again. Andy and Disco in the BMW, looking very, very strong for a good opportunity of taking the championship, not just as a drivers, but obviously teams as well. As for this season, I've decided to take a sabbatical so I could give you guys, as Matt goes into second place position, a 44.4 from him. That's as close as he's going to get to his rival. And a load of guys coming out on outlaps. Gary's the furthest one through his outlap already. But Andy and Disco looking very strong for the new season in their BMWs. Couple other drivers and teams to be announced. Smithy and Little Leach. Obviously Little Leach being demoted, is now in Pro-Am. Both of those guys have confirmed to a team together. I'm currently scrolling through the Facebook page, and if you wanna see all the action, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Gary on his fastest lap now. Another team to announce is Smoking Hot Racing, with Smokey Devil and M Prava, season 6 pro drivers in the Mercedes-Benz. They could be a force to be reckoned with in the pro, so we can see how they get on. And obviously our boys of Slingshot Motorsport, Disco and Andy in the BMW once again. Rumours they were going to change. Pick and Mix Motorsport with Little Leach and Smithy both coming into the Pro-Am. Smithy, obviously your defending Constructors champions. So we'll keep an eye on Smithy with a partner of Little Leach. Could be an interesting pairing. Could Little Leach take another team's title, but this time in the Pro-Am? That is the question. And they've opted to go for the Audi this time. And regarding teams, I believe that's all that's announced so far. But we've still got plenty of time to get announcements and drivers and see who is where. But Gary currently on a lap. He goes through Puon, looks beautiful through there. He was purple sector 1. He now coming towards the end of the second sector. Matt is already into the final sector, so he's not able to get a toe off his teammate. Matt is done for the session, I believe. Gary just needs to nail this lap. Second sector, he's 1.4 up. He's not purple middle sector, but he is purple first sector. So we now coming to the final few corners. All the cars that are in the pits now. Keegs obviously not opted to qualify, but he will start on the medium. DJ Phil starting currently 13th place. Rabbit Joe will start 9th. PM Motorsport 8th. Sutty 6th. Big Boy Brazier in 3rd. But we're watching Gary 131 who exits the final corner. He's currently 7th. What position is he going to get? DRS wide open and it's only 5th place. But the top 2 to 5, even 6, sorry, between Mutts Nuts and Matt is all separated by less than 3/10. So good stuff from them. The Mutts Nuts is currently on a lap time. He goes through the sector. He's 2/10 up on his best. That should slot him in between Gary and Jilik Joe. So can the Mutts Nuts separate Gary and the Alfa Romeo as they go into the final sector now? The Mutts Nuts, he wants to get a good exit, a good drive, straight to the line, full DRS power to the line. Does he improve? He goes 2nd place, so the Mutts Nuts does improve and goes onto the front row. Gillette comes to the final corner. Does he improve? No, he does not. He will stay 5th place. Green Pies, is he going to rub salt into the wound? He exits the final corner. Can he extend his gap towards the line? He does. He does a 43-1. Green Pies will take pole position here at Spa-Francorchamps. He is still hunting down his rival. But there we go, guys. It is the Irishman of Green Pies. He takes pole position here. With the Mutts Nuts in 2nd. 3rd is Matt Imovich. 4th is Big Boy Brazier. 5th is Jilik Joe. In 6th is Gary 131. 7th, Sutty Apex. 8th is PN Motorsport. 9th is Rabbit Joe. 10th is Lucas Roth. 11th, Go 10 Duffin. 12th, Bryn. And 13th place is DJ Phil. And what a race we have ahead of us. So guys, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and hit that bell so that you're notified for every time that we are live. We will be back for some fun events. We're looking at doing some Gran Turismo stuff. We're also looking at doing an event on ACC, so make sure you tune in. We won't be live next weekend due to us being away at Donington Park. Majority of us will be at the Donington Park event to watch the British Touring Car Championship. So if you are at Donington Park, then come and find us, come and say hello, have a chat with us, and it's all about good vibes, having a good drink with one another. So it's going to be exciting, but it's all about the Belgian Grand Prix here at Spa. Who's going to take the race win? Guys, please get your votes in. I want to hear from you guys, and let's see who is going to take the win tonight. It's going to be an interesting one nonetheless. Who's going to stay on track? Are we going to have more than half the grid finish? That's another question as well. Can Green Pies now get another win to his name and try and catch Matt? Or is Matt going to be able to extend his gap? That is the question. And I'm just trying to find out how many race wins between these two have had. Matimovic, he's had 3 wins this season. To Green Pies, Green Pies 5. So we'll see how they go as they go onto a formation lap. That is your race strategy. They reckon soft to a medium is your best one. As once again, they do the usual thing where they just bolt off and don't really pay any attention, and they all just get disqualified. But it is Green Pies who will start on pole position. 2nd place is the Mutts Nuts. 3rd will be Matt Imovich. 4th would have been Big Boy Brazier. He has disqualified from the formation lap, but that's about it. Glick Joe will be starting in 5th place position. 6th is Gary 131. 7th is Sutty Apex. 8th will be PN Motorsport. 9th will be Rabbit Joe. 10th is Lucas Roth. 11th will be Goten Duffin. 12th is Bryn. And in 13th place is DJ Phil. Guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to be your race winner tonight. It's going to be an interesting race nonetheless. Who is going to be the king of the Belgian forest tonight? And it looks like it's going to be completely dry weather here for us. Let's get some information up. We will have the tyres because we love the tyre stat. 44 laps here of Spa-Francorchamps. A lot of drivers get disqualified, but they don't need to fret. They will be able to race. It's just for the formation lap. As they are just getting themselves ready and prep. Green Pies in the driver's seat, looking good to try and gain as many points as he possibly can on the leaders. On map, sorry. I am trying to find the F1 information so I can find out what is after Belgium. After Belgium, we will be heading to the Netherlands. We will be heading to Zandvoort for the first time here at Simplay. Well, I think we have raced at Zandvoort once, possibly on an ACC event. But yes, we have. I believe so, because I commentated with my good friend Nicky on that one. So we will be heading to Zandvoort for a second time, but for the first time for the F1s, as all these guys come into the final corner now, and they'll get themselves set up and ready to go. This is it, guys. We're about to go live for round 10 of the season. Mummy D in the chat saying good evening, guys. Empire in the chat. Let's hear from you guys. Let's hear it up for these F1 boys as they all line up on the grid now, as we are waiting on DJ Phil, who's going really slowly, and I'm not sure why he's going this slow. He needs to crack on. All these guys are chilling at the front, and DJ Phil is only now just got to the bus stop. So good stuff there, DJ Phil. Welcome back from your holiday. But here we go. That's so weird seeing a Red Bull in the background like that. But we are now lining up finally. DJ Phil brings it up on the rear in 13th place. It's Green Pies on pole position. Alongside him is the Mutts Nuts. Here we go. The lights are about to come on. The lights are on. We have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we go here at Spa-Francorchamps, and Green Pie seems to have had a great start. He cuts off the Mutts Nuts straight away. But it is Green Pies into turn 1. Matt has also got under pressure from Jalik Joe there. He goes down the inside and gets past him by looking. No, Matt's still alongside as they go up to Eau Rouge. The Mutts Nuts stays out of trouble and has a good start as they go up to Eau Rouge and Radion. They're all relatively quick through there. And it's the Alfa Romeo right on the back of the Aston. But we have Big Boy Brazier, who's looking to make a move. We have got a yellow flag in the background. I'm not sure who it is, but we are on board with Sutty Apex. But Matt has got a bit of pressure from Jalik Joe. But Jamie Big Boy Brazier goes down the inside of the McLaren and has made his way through. The Alfa still holding bad that Ferrari, but it looks like Big Boy Brazier's got a great run through there as they now go down into the slow right-hander. It is the Ferrari down the inside, the Alfa Romeo, and gets the job done. It was Goto Duff and he dropped it up at Rouge. What are the odds on that everyone finishes? I am not sure, Empire, that's the question. As I've just noticed as well, Lucas Roth starting on the hards. He loves those hard tyres and he's gone for a different strategy. Gary, not with the best of start. He's stuck behind his good pal, Sutty Apex, but relatively good from everyone. We are underway racing here and everyone's got away relatively clean. But it is Green Pies who leads the race from the Mutts Nuts. In second place is Matahimovic. In fourth is Big Boy Brazier. Fifth is Jalik Joe. In sixth is Sutty Apex, who's under massive pressure from Gary 131, and I think we've got a virtual safety car. We do, because it's DJ Phil has gone off and is out of lap 1, and that is his race done. As Jalik Joe and Sutty, according to the tables, have changed positions, but I think that is that. As Gary 131 straight into the pits. So that's an interesting call there. So Gary into the pits. Has he got front wing damage? Is that the question, or is he just wanting to get on a different strategy? That's the strategy. He's going on to the medium, but he does have front wing damage. So this virtual safety car should give him a cheap pit stop, but he will be onto the mediums now. Bryn also into the pits. He must have front wing damage as well. But everyone else having to stick to a particular delta. We need to keep an eye on for this man. Big boy Brazier, who's looking racy, he's looking good, and he's looking to try and get past Matt Imovic. Matt obviously wanting to make sure that he doesn't lose too many points to his main rival of Green Pies. Both of these guys, by the sound of things, will be missing rounds, so it's going to be a shame for both of them, but they need to score as many points as they can while the others are struggling. Gary has done his pit stop. We are still under virtual safety car. But Gary now onto the medium tyre, so it would help him. But we are green here, and there's a drive-through penalty for the Mutts Nuts for speeding under this virtual safety car. And he is about to get caught out by Matt Imovic as well, who's had a great run through Puon, and he's dragging Big Boy Brazier with him. This is only lap 2, and these boys have got a long way to go yet. Oh, the Mutts Nuts has a moment through there, through the slow chicane, but it is Matt Imovic who's trying his best to hunt him down. Big Boy Brazier, whoa, as Matt clips that wall. He just rubs against the wall there. Has he got front wing damage? I don't know. Jamie's going to go try and right round the outside. Would have been brave through there. Max Verstappen-esque would have been done there, but he's not able to do it. So as they come down to the heavy braking zone of the bus stop chicane, he's looking to the outside. So he'd have the inside for the next corner, but Matt hangs in there. As the Mutts Nuts has opted to pit, he gets his pit stop done, or he's going to have his drive-through done and out of the way, as DRS is now enabled. DRS now enabled. Can Big Boy Brazier find a way past? As DJ Phil in the chat says, dropped it onto the grass and into the wall he goes. It's such a shame for DJ Phil as we come up Radion. Big Boy Brazier with a great run. He hits the DRS. Matt's not making it easy for him, moving across his nose there. But with the DRS, Big Boy Brazier is up another place. How late on the brakes he go? He goes very late and gets the job done. He is now up into second place position. But Matt's looking down the inside. He gets very close to him and can't seem to find a way past. So Big Boy Brazier hangs in there. Sutty still in 5th. Rabbit Joe in 6th place position. With Lucas Roth in 7th, and 8th is PN Motorsport. 9th is the Mutts Nuts after serving his drive-through. Go 10 Duffin currently in 10th place, but Gary 131 is catching him. We have a yellow flag in Sector 2. That is PN Motorsport. He's dropped it. And he has got damage to the front of his car. We have another virtual safety car. As the Mutts Nuts will want to focus on not getting another penalty here. So he'll be making sure he stays under the delta. So far, all these virtual safety cars are just keeping Green Pies within reach. Can Big Boy Brazier catch him? That is the question. Matt Imovic wanting to stick with him as closely as he possibly can. As Bryn now finally moves up into 11th place position. One more place and he will be into the points. But it is Green Pies who leads after lap 3 here. Lost it on the curb and I'm out, says PN Motorsport. Such a shame. He was looking forward to getting on and racing, but he is out of this race already. Such a shame for him, but hopefully he can get a little bit more practice in, ready for Zandvoort in 2 weeks time. As once again the Mutts Nuts has got a drive-through for speeding under virtual safety car. He is into the pits. Such a shame for him. He had a good start with being on the front row. Big Boy Brazier lost out there. He lost quite a couple of seconds to Green Pies there. As Matt Imovic gets the DRS. We don't have to wait for 2 laps to get the DRS open. As Matt does have DRS. Is he going to look to the inside of turn 4? No. He thinks better of it. Turn 5 and 6 they go through. As the Mutts Nuts does exits the pit now. And it's Matt currently in 3rd place position. Big Boy Brazier under a bit of pressure. Jalik Joe is currently in 4th place and sticking not too far away from these boys. They make any incidences, he could guarantee a place there. Sati Apex currently in 5th place position. Rabbit Joe, 6th. Great running here from Rabbit Joe. I've got to say, after a couple of rounds in F1, he's slowly starting to get the hang of it, and he is slowly improving each round. It's a good start for Rabbit Joe. Lucas Roth currently in 7th, as Gary131 has now moved up past Go10 Duffin and is in 8th place position, currently on the medium tyre. I'm intrigued to see how Lucas Roth gets on with his hard tyres. He always likes to go a little bit different. As the Nuts has had a moment through No Name, so his great front row qualifying has gone to waste there. He has dropped down the pack. And it's only Bryn he's ahead of. So can Gary131 get on the back of these as Green Pies extends his lead? He sets the fastest lap of the race. But we go back to Matahimovic, DRS wide open. He's going to want to try and get a great run through turn 1. So he heads towards Eau Rouge and Radion. We go on board with Big Boy Brazier from the cam, from behind, from the rear wing. How fastly do we see Matt come up the hill? All within track limits as PN screams, ugh. DRS wide open. Here comes Matt. He gets closer, closer, closer. He sends it into turn 1. And he gets, sorry, not turn 1, turn 4, and he gets the job done. Go10 Duffin into the pits, possibly for a front wing. Also is the Mutts Nuts. Bryn opting to stay out, but it is Green Pies in first as we've got a yellow flag out. That is Lucas Roth. He's had a moment, he's had a spin, but he'll get going again. Obviously the hard tyres will help him out go a little bit longer in this strategy. But back to the front. 2nd and 3rd place, Matimovic and Big Boy Brazier. These two are going to have a great squabble all night long, I reckon. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you want to get involved, then head over to our Facebook and our Discord page, as we will be live for the GT3 Championship. Once again, Season 6 will be upon us very shortly with a new championship as well here at Simplay Motorsport. The British Touring Car Championship could possibly be around the corner. As Big Boy Brazier looks to the outside, then can't get the job done. He'll have to wait a little bit longer. He'll want to get the DRS. These two too busy squabbling one another and is losing out to Green Pies. But Jamie, DRS to his name. Can he now get past? As Sati Apex has caught onto the back of Jalik Joe. So can Sati Apex get a job done here? But we go back to Big Boy Brazier. We are on board with him. We have a Mercedes off. I believe that is Go10 Duffin. He's dropped it. But DRS zone now for Big Boy Brazier. Matt into the middle of the road. He opts to go to the inside. And down the inside goes Big Boy Brazier into turn 4. Oh, they make contact. Where is Sati Apex? Has he got the job done? No, he's opted for a different strategy, so he's not got enough straight line speed there. But Jamie and Matt coming together there at turn 4. As we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, Sector 3. Who is that? That is Go10 Duffin, struggling to get those tyres up to temperature. I shouldn't have changed my helmet design, says PN, and he thinks that the logo, or the helmet design is giving him a bit of bad luck, and most drivers do relent on keeping the same helmet design because they believe it gives them the luck. Same with numbers as well. This Big Boy Brazier got loads of pressure from the Aston Martin. We've got a yellow flag. That is Rabbit Joe. He is out of this race. He has dropped it after Puon, and it's possibly a big moment. Where is the car? There it is. And he's gone into the wall. That looks like it's just going to stay under yellow flags. We've got Sati Apex and Jalik going at it. Matt is onto the back of Big Boy Brazier. No opportunity there. Sati getting closer and closer to the Alfa Romeo. He can't seem to find a way through at this stage. Jalik Joe looking very good at the minute, trying to get a good drive out the corner. Very good performance so far for his first appearance here at Simplay Motorsport. Can Sati send it into turn 1? No, he thinks better of it. He wants the DRS up the top of Kemmel Straight, as does Matt, who's coming now to Eau Rouge. And Radion, he has a good run up the hill. Now he's right into the slipstream of Big Boy Brazier. He's in the tow. DRS wide open. Big Boy Brazier opting not to fight. And through they go. Has Sutty had a better luck? Yes, he has. He's alongside the Alfa Romeo. Has he got the job done? Not quite. As Jalik Joe just hangs on. Seems like Sutty's got a little bit more downforce set up. And is not able to get the job done that easily. So Sutty will have to wait a little bit longer. Lucas Roth now on those hard tyres will just want to stick to his strategy. He's 20 seconds behind at the minute, but he'll hopefully come back to it later on. Looks like who is behind in turn 1 last lap will be in front between Matt and Big Boy Brazier. It seems to be that way as long as one is close enough into the DRS zone. The DRS down the Kemmel straight is strong enough for the car behind to get past. But on the other hand, for Sutty Apex, it just does not seem to be working out for him. Possibly carrying a little bit too much downforce as the well, we did lose Bryn momentarily, but he is back now, so obviously he must have had the AI in for a second. But Sutty just seems to be carrying a bit more wing than the Alfa Romeo in front. He seems to be a little bit slower in a straight line. But we go back to the Aston Martin and Ferrari fight between Matahimovic and Big Boy Brazier, as they now go down to turn 1. Big Boy Brazier wanting to get a good exit and head up towards the Kemmel straight now. Matt obviously not wanting to give him too much of a run. Up to Eau Rouge and ready on we go. Reminder that Big Boy Brazier is a pad user. Matt is a wheel runner. And here we go. Ferrari versus Aston Martin. DRS. Is Big Boy Brazier going to get the job done? No, he's actually too far back this time. So Matt had a much better run. Sutty nowhere near the back of Glick Joe on this point. So he is able to hang on to that 4th place position. Good point so far scoring for Alfa Romeo, considering the start of the season Alfa Romeo did not have any drivers on the grid, but they have 2 now, and Green Pies and Glick Joe doing a fantastic job. Lucas Roth now starting to become under pressure from Gary 131, who's currently on the medium tyre. Gary opting not to wear a helmet for this Grand Prix, so one of the things that glitches out here, if you're a spectator and one of the drivers does pop in mid-session, they don't seem to have a helmet. So Gary 131 breaking all the rules here and not wearing a helmet. I think it's only going to be a matter of time until Gary does find a way past on Lucas Roth, who is currently on the hard tyre. Like I said, Lucas Roth does really like to go for those unorthodox strategies. He loves those hard tyres, and I don't know why. So he'll be wanting to go as long as he possibly can. Hopefully some pit stops and strategy will come his way. Sutty Apex still not quite onto the back of Glick Joe, but he is able to stick to him enough so he can get DRS as they bounce over the bus stop. Sutty does a great line through there, was able to bring that gap down. But we are back to the DRS fight once again with Matahimovic. But it looks like Big Boy Brazier doesn't seem to have an answer now. I think Matt seems to save most of his battery for the exit of turn 1 and is allowing him to get away. As PN Emplava says in the chat, old school. Here is Big Boy Brazier, DRS wide open. And again, he's not close enough to make an attack. We go back to the Alfa Romeo and McLaren fight. And Sutty, once again, not close enough. As Gary 131, with his no helmet run, has now finally cleared Lucas Roth. As also does so does the Mutsnuts. He now clears Bryn. So moves are happening left, right and centre as the Williams now passes the Mercedes-Benz. As Lucas Roth with the DRS actually catching on to the back of Gary 131, but with those hard tyres, I really don't think he's going to give him any threat. We have a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag in sector 2, and it's this man. It's Green Pies. He's dropped it, and he's got front wing damage. Your race leader has dropped it. Green Pies is now down into 3rd place position. He's got front wing damage by the looks of things as well. So it's now Big Boy Brazier versus Matahimovic for this win. And Big Boy Brazier is right on the back of Matt. I say for this win, Green Pies could still come back. He has got phenomenal pace as they go to the bus stop. Big Boy Brazier is going to try and muscle it around the outside, but he can't do so there. He goes to the inside. He'll want a good run through here as he exits the final corner towards turn 1. As you see in the background, Green Pies into the pits. So is Big Boy Brazier close enough now to get a good run out turn 1 towards Eau Rouge. He goes. All the guys going up a place thanks to a Green Pies coming in for an early pit stop. Has he done his pit stop? No, he is in, but he's going on to the medium tyre. We now go on Big Boy Brazier. He's had a good run through Radion. Matimovic will be under some pressure here. Big Boy Brazier will go to the inside. DRS wide open, and the Ferrari goes down the inside of the Aston Martin. Matt's going to fight it out though, but Big Boy Brazier is not going to make it easy enough for him. As looks like Gary's had a moment as well, or is it the... No, we had a yellow flag momentarily in Sector 1. But Big Boy Brazier now into the lead of this race. Peaceful Step Bad into the chat. Good evening, everyone. I hope we are all well. We are doing fantastically, man. It's good to hear you in the chat. Guys, let's hear you in the chat. Let's see who you are rooting on for this, because it's now wide open. Ferrari versus Aston versus Alfa Romeo. And Big Boy Brazier currently leads the way. Green Pies has gone into the pits though. He has got some medium tyres on his car, and he'll be looking to try and bring the gap down to the leaders. 15 people currently watching the stream. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't done so, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed either. Make sure you tune in, as we won't be live next weekend, as majority of the Sim Play lot are away up to Derby to watch the British Touring Car Championship live for round 1 of the Donington Park. And if you are guys at Donington Park or at Derby, then come over, say hello. We'll have a banner up, you will be able to see us. Come say hi and enjoy the racing. But we will be back the weekend after, where we will be heading to Zandvoort, the Netherlands. But Matimovic with a great run out of turn 1 into the DRS. He goes purple in the final sector. Can he get a good run on Big Boy Brazier? He couldn't be any closer to the rear wing of the VAT Ferrari. Are they going to go side by side up Eau Rouge? No, they don't. Up to Radion. Big Boy Brazier. Matimovic having a fantastic fight between these two. Swapping and changing constantly. Big Boy Brazier goes to the inside. Matt has to go the long way round. Is Big Boy going to send it down the inside? No, he thinks better of it and holds back. We got a yellow flag in the final sector. That is Goten Duffin. He's had a little spin, but he's back on his way. And it's now Matt who takes the lead on lap 11 here at Spa-Francorchamps. Sutty Apex still hanging on to the back of Jalik Joe, but Jalik Joe at this minute is just starting to pull away from the McLaren. So when do these guys think it's time to pit? Those soft tyres must be screaming now. Obviously, Gary 131, Green Pies, and the Mutts Nuts all been into the pits already. As there is your stops. Gotin Duffin has had 2 as well. So Bryn also into the pits as well. So those are the stops right now. The man we need to keep an eye on later on in this race is this man, Lucas Roth. If he gets a safety car or anything like that, it should bring him back into this race. Hard tyre option. And it's nice to see Keegs back on track, doing what he does best in the house, and doing it for his teammate Rabbit Joe. All 10 cars now will score a point. So even the Mercedes boys will score points down in 9th and 10th place, which is nice to see. Let's go back to the front as Big Boy Brazier once again in the DRS zone onto the back of Matimovic. And they go through turn 1 down towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Sutty Apex is into the pits. He is going for a set of fresh tyres and try and get the undercut on Jalik Joe. But up the hill they go. Matt drops down a gear. Big Boy Brazier is right there. Green Pie setting fastest laps on those medium tyres. He should be able to jump these guys. Big Boy Brazier going to the outside then as Matt tries to defend the inside. They're going to go side by side, but Jamie backs out of it. And once again, with these lot battling too much between one another, this could help out Green Pies, who's currently set in purple sectors, flying on his own. He should be able to jump the guys in front when they all decide to pit. Sutty has come into the pits. He has gone onto the soft tyre, and he has got Gary 131 breathing down his neck. He is on the medium tyre. He's going to send it down the inside of turn 4. Is he going to get the job done? No. The McLaren stays ahead. The Aston Martin has a wiggle, and Gary is unable to find a way past. Sutty Apex hangs on to that 5th place position. We go back to the front. Aston Martin, Ferrari going at it with Matimovic and Big Boy Brazier. The question is, out of the two, who is going to blink first? Who is going to be the man to take the first pit stop? As Gillick Joe, his great performance so far has come to an end a little bit there. He has a little spin, and that's going to drop him down, with Sutty also into the pits. Oh, as we've lost Goten Duffin. We've lost Goten Duffin into No Name, and we have a full-blown safety car, and that is perfect timing for Matimovic and Big Boy Brazier. They will get a free pit stop here. Whoa, this has opened the strategy up big time. Gillick Joe will also benefit from this as well. Green Pies will be a bit of a loser out of this. Sutty Apex might be able to skip past Gillick Joe if he's had a good outlap, but wow, that's interesting, as Matt will return in the lead. He has gone for the medium tyre. Big Boy Bracey's gone for the soft tyre. And Green Pies, the biggest loser out of all of that, goes down to third place position. Gillick Joe into the pit. Sutty Apex will now move up to fifth place position. Sorry, fourth place. But Gary also a big winner out of that, but he's been on those mediums for a while now. Gillick Joe currently in sixth. Seventh is Lucas Roth. That brings the gap down to the leaders, and that helps his hard tyre strategy a little bit better. Mutts Nuts currently in 8th place. 9th is Bryn. So all these guys will be able to catch back up to the leaders. Everyone's still on the same lap, but Goten Duffin is out of this race, but will score a point here. So we are under safety car conditions under the Mercedes AMG Benz. And it is an Aston Martin who leads the way, with a Ferrari in second place, with Alfa Romeo in third of Green Pies. Fourth is a McLaren of Sutty Apex. Fifth is the other Aston Martin of Gary 131, Alfa Romeo of Gillick Joe. Seventh is the Haas of Lucas Roth. Eighth is the Williams of the Mutts Nuts. And bringing up the rear is Bryn in 9th place position. What a good first quarter of this race. Just the Aston Martin and Ferrari of Matimovic and Big Boy Brazier putting on a great show. Green Pies making a mistake, which has allowed them to catch him back up, and has actually jumped him in the pits. What can Big Boy Brazier do with those soft tyres? And can Matimovic stay in head with the mediums? Both those guys have got their tyres a little bit younger than Green Pies, but Big Boy Brazier will use more tyre. Sutty Apex also on the soft tyres as well. What can he do? Can he put Green Pies under a bit of pressure? We won't have DRS for the first 2 laps. So it will be key for these guys to get the tyres up to temperature and underway. Guys, make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't done so, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, and keep up to date with all the latest stuff that is going on here at Simplay Motorsport. Make sure if you want to be a part of the action as well, then head over to our Facebook and Discord page, as we see Gillick Joe into the pits. Not sure why that is, as he got front wing damage. That might be the question. And if you want to be a part of the fun here at Simplay Motorsport, then head over to all those links and we'll be able to get you in for some racing here, as you should be able to race in the Touring Car Championship, the GT3s, and there are loads of spaces available for the F1. If you think you could do better than these guys, improv it in the chat. Say you run the new safety car rule or no? Are you talking about the rule where they can't run alongside one another? If so, I believe the drivers are gonna I don't see it as an issue too much, as long as they don't pass the car completely, but the game tends to tell them off anyway. So most of the rules and regulations are done via the game, so if they played the game a lot, they will know the rules. So right now, Matimovic would be extending his championship lead. He would gain 25 points, while Green Pies would only gain 19, as he's currently got the fastest lap as well. So that would swing more to Matt's way. He would gain 6 points if it finished like this. But we know that Big Boy Brazier on those soft tyres will be very, very fast, and he'll want to go for glory. He wants to bring Ferrari back to their winning ways, just as Leclerc and Carlos Sainz are trying to do. I believe en Brava, they will have to stay behind one another, but I'm really not going to be too fussed. But we have now all caught back up. The whole grid is together once again. So we've got Matt Timovic, who leads the way on the medium tyre. Big Boy Brazier is on the soft. Medium tyre, 3 laps old, is Green Pies. Sutty Apex on the soft tyre, 1 lap old. Gary 131 on the medium, 11 laps old. Lucas Roth currently still on those hard tyres, 13 lap old, as the Mutts Nuts on the medium tyre. Safety car is in this lap, so Matt will decide when he wants to go. So 8 lap old mediums for the Mutts Nuts. Brand new set of mediums for Glick Joe. And finally at the back is Bryn, 11 lap old softs. As we hear the safety car pull away, as Matt's really taking his time here. And when does he opt to go? Jamie is ready to take it to him. Matt just still taking his time. Everyone bunched up. Matt wanting to leave at the very last minute. When does he go? Big Boy Brazier ready to go with him. And Green Pie's also ready to go. Matt really taking his time here. We haven't got much time, Matt. He's taken so long. He's going to wait to the exit of the bus stop, I think. Or he's going to go mid-bus stop. But I think he's gone. And Big Boy Brazier really is stuck with him. Or has he? No, Matt has not gone. And that was a bit dangerous there, as Green Pies has got the jump on Big Boy Brazier. And I think Big Boy Brazier was caught out there, as Sutty Apex is going to have a look on Green Pies as well. So Matt's really late charge off the line has really affected the rest of the pack. And Green Pies is wanting to get past Big Boy Brazier as quickly as he possibly can. Matt is going to be absolutely mugged by the lot though. Big Boy Brazier down the inside. Green Pies will want to go with him. They want to jump Matt as soon as they possibly can. But down the inside they go. Whoever's watching my private stream, get off it now. You want to be watching the Simpler Motorsport stream, as Green Pies cannot find a way past Matt Timovic. Big Boy Brazier leads the way though. Big Boy Brazier with a great restart there. He got caught napping a little bit by Matt. No DRS for the first time round. So Matt Timovic is going to be under pressure from Green Pies. His tyres are younger. So Matt Timovic currently in second place. Green Pies in third. But look at Sutty Apex on the soft tyres. Is trying to hunt him down. As Green Pies has made a mistake. That's going to give Sutty the move. So Sutty down the inside. Is he got the job done on Green Pies? Doesn't look like he has. He's going to go around the outside. Is he brave enough to do it? Yes, he is! And Green Pies has hit him! But he keeps out the wall. He manages to stay out of the wall, and great stuff from him. As Samantha Wilson, I don't know who you are, but if you want to go to the Simpler Motorsport channel, that's where you want to be watching the stream from there. But Green Pies has had a spin, and Sutty Apex has got past him. Can he now catch Matahimovic? But it's Big Boy Brazier who's pulled away. Gary 131 is into the pits. Why is he in? He's got front wing damage, and he's now going on to the soft tyres, as Bryn now moves up to 8th. Jalek Joe still behind Lucas Roth and the Mutts Nuts. Mutts Nuts is like he's got a great run through Eau Rouge and Radion. He's looking to the inside. He goes to the outside. Lucas Roth on the hard tyres. He's going to fight for as long as he possibly can to hold on to this position. But he goes round. It looks like Sutty's had a moment. He has gone round. Green Pies is back in front of him. But it's the Mutts Nuts who has got past Lucas Roth. So Jalek Joe will be the next man to find a way past. Great racing here and great restart for sure, as Green Pies is now under pressure from Sutty Apex. Green Pies will need to get the hammer down and try and chase the top two. So Matimovic and Green Pies opt in for the medium strategy, while Sutty and Big Boy Brazier have gone for the soft strategy here. And Sutty, he goes really wide through there. DRS should be enabled once they cross the start finish line. So can Sutty Apex find a way past the Alpha Romeo of Green Pies? He's just seemed to have lost out through the final sector there. And I think Green Pies is carrying less downforce as Big Boy Brazier sets the fastest lap of the race. So Big Boy Brazier, can he get his first win here in the F1s? It's looking very good so far as he is setting purple sectors, and he has got a 4-second gap to Matimovic. Sutty currently in 4th place position. Green Pies, I think, has just made enough of a gap that Sutty will not have the DRS, unlike Jalik Joe, who does have enough of a gap to get the DRS on Lucas Roth. 8/10 now off the back of him. He gets the DRS, but Lucas Roth, with those hard tyres, is able to go much longer than everyone else. As we got a yellow flag up ahead. Who is that? That is Sutty Apex. He is facing the wrong way. That's allowed the Mutts Nuts and everyone through. Sutty has made that mistake on his own, and he is dropping down the order. Has he got front wing damage? Yes, he has. On the right hand side, he has lost the end plate. But we go back to the Alfa Romeo and the Haas fight of Lucas Roth and Jalik Joe as they come down towards Puon. Jalik Joe will have more grip, more an advantage through here with those medium tyres. But Lucas Roth making these hard tyres work. He's not the fastest, but he's able to stay on track the longest. And Jalik Joe goes down the inside and has got the job done on Lucas Roth. Or has he? He's not quite done it yet, but Lucas Roth now drops behind Jalik Joe, but he will have the slipstream advantage. So here he goes down the inside of the quick left-hander. He can't do it. Is he going to send it into the bus stop chicane? Lucas Roth, Keeg, aka Keegs, is gone onto the grass and he just makes a slight mistake. He hangs onto his end plate and has cut the corner there and he's gone round. So Lucas Roth, just a little mistake there. Yellow flag in the final sector, but obviously that will clear now because it was Lucas Roth spinning. Gary 131 down the inside of Bryn and gets the job done. Sutty Apex into the pits, and so does Bryn. Bryn been on those tyres for 14 laps, so both these guys get their pit stops done. Front wing damage for Sutty Apex. He's going to hope for a safety car to help him out here, but Jalik Joe is now on his way to try and catch the Mutts Nuts, the man who's had a little bit of bad luck with safety cars, well, virtual safety cars anyway. He's had 2 drive-through penalties, but he's slowly working his way up to the top. But currently, Big Boy Brazier setting fastest lap, 6-second gap between him and Matimovic now. But Matt now starting to become under pressure from his main rival, Green Pies, who's starting to bring that time gap down. What an epic fight between these two it has been so far this season. But we come down once again to round 10 of the championship here at Spa. 16 round championship, and we've only got 6 rounds left after this one, where we will be heading to the Netherlands for the first time for the F1s to Zandvoort. This should be an interesting round nonetheless. We'll be seeing a lot of blue and orange at Zandvoort, as DJ Phil will be represented there. So Green Pie is currently in a quiet stage here after the restart, guys, but we do have a yellow flag in the final middle sector. That is Bryn. He has dropped it at Puon. Luckily, no one is around other than Sutty Apex, who then gains that position, and he is now onto the medium tyre. Lap 19 here at Spa-Francorchamps. We still got 9 cars running, and it is this man in the Ferrari of Big Boy Brazier. His teammate PN Motorsport will be loving that Scuderia Red leading the way. And then you've got the British green of the Aston Martin in 2nd place, with the Alfa Romeo not too far behind. Green Pies knows he needs to get this job done and catch him as quickly as he can. He needs to be outscoring Matt as much as he possibly can. A little wiggle there from Green Pies. He's really pushing this alpha. You can see him trying everything to catch him. Bryn is back into the pits. Front wing damage possibly for him. No real fights on track as Lucas Roth obviously got a 3-second penalty for track limits. Jalik Joe currently in 5th place position, trying to hunt down the Mutts Nuts. Hopefully his strategy will help him out because he has got younger tyres. But Green Pies brought the gap down to 1.7. It was 2.2 the last time I checked. So Green Pies is catching Matahimovic quickly. Will Matt make it easy for him, or will he try and hold him up for as long as he possibly can? Both of these guys are on the same strategy, it's just Matt's got younger tyres. As Green Pies is getting closer and closer to the DRS zone. Bryn, another mistake at the top of Radion. This is going to be interesting as Big Boy Brazier will be coming up the hill and there will be a Mercedes, but luckily Bryn has got it going. But more importantly, Green Pies was so close to DRS, he's just a little bit off. He cuts the top of Radion there and he does not quite get the DRS zone. But Matahimovic now is going to be starting to see that white and red Alfa Romeo getting closer and closer. Wise words from Murray Walker. It's one thing to pass, it's one thing to catch, it's another to overtake. And right now Green Pies will have a mission to get past Matahimovic. As you can see there, the white and red of the Alfa Romeo is getting closer bit by bit. And finally they have a rival of Big Boy Brazier also in the Ferrari. Is really starting to show that he has the pace to race with these boys as well, so that's nice to see also. As they go through the final sector here, we have a yellow flag. That is Mutts Nuts, he's dropped it, and Jalik Joe will now move up into that 4th place position. So once again the Mutts Nuts, one little mistake. Lucas Roth still on those hard tyres, doing a brilliant job keeping it on track, sticking to his strategy. Hopefully it will come his way, but more importantly Green Pies has brought the gap down. He's got DRS, he's catching Matahimovic. I'm not sure what happened there, they got within half a second, so maybe they got close. Green Pies made a mistake, I'm not sure. And he's still not quite in the DRS zone. To go up the top of Radion. Green Pies just seems to have a little bit better top speed than Matahimovic as they go up into turn 4, 5 and 6. The Mutts Nuts though was in DRS zone of Jalik Joe. The Alfa Romeo, can he hang on to the Williams behind him who's hunting him down, but he's not quite close enough. We go back to Green Pies and Matahimovic, go through No Name down towards Puon. And so far Green Pies is doing everything he possibly can to bring that gap down to his rival, and he'll want to outscore him as much as he can. We have got a yellow flag, that is Bryn, he is off and he is waiting for the cars to pass, which he does so brilliantly, and away he goes again. So Matahimovic, Green Pies, 9/10 separate these two, 8/10. Green Pies is coming, 8/10 still, 7/10 by the end of the straight I reckon. Well, not quite. As Matt really trying to keep that gap between those two, less than a second. But I think Green Pies will have DRS. He does through the first straight into turn 1. Will he have the DRS going up towards Eau Rouge and Radion? He is within the second. They come to the beacon. He will have DRS. This should be interesting now. Matt has to be squeaky clean through Radion and Eau Rouge. which he is. Green Pies just seems to be a little bit better. Here comes the Alfa Romeo. Aston Martin versus Alfa. Matt goes to the inside. Green Pies looks. Green Pies goes to the outside. He's going to try it right round the outside. And he gets the job done, but Matt hits him. And Matt's gone round. Green Pies gets the job done, and Matimovic loses out. Those tyres are going to be red hot as well. But look at this. We drop to the Mutts Nuts. And Jalik Joe, they make contact, and the Mutts Nuts has gone round. Just chops his nose off. How long till Jamie Softs are gone? I reckon it's 11 or 12 laps until his tyres will die. But Gary now is on to the back of the Mutts Nuts. Jalik Joe and Mutts Nuts coming together. Matimovic and Green Pies coming together. But Jamie with a 8-second gap lead. He has used that time really well. And he is currently well ahead of the opposition. We are at the halfway stage of this race. And let's go back to the Mutts Nuts and Gary 131. The man with no helmet on his way to the back of the Mutts Nuts. Can he find a way through? That is the question. It's very difficult to determine what strategy or how far these tyres can go, because most of the guys tend to damage their front wings and had to bail on their strategies, as Gary seems to be struggling a little bit. Maybe he's got front wing damage as Matimovic is into the pits, so he's got front wing damage possibly. But Gary riding on the back of the Williams, fighting for a 5th place position. I keep pressing wrong buttons. But Gary 131 sitting on the back of the Mutts Nuts. Matt has lost position. Yes, he did lose the front wing. Can Matt now get to the end on those medium tyres? The safety car will probably help him out massively right now. But we go back on board with Gary, who's looking to try and make a move on the Mutts Nuts. We go on board with the Mutts Nuts from the rear ring. 0.5, half a second between these two. Gary will have DRS. He'll be much faster in a straight line. He had a great run through Eau Rouge and Radion. Here comes the Aston Martin. DRS wide open. And he comes onto the back and he goes down the inside. And the Mutts Nuts is trying to fight it. But Gary makes contact. He does. What exactly the Mutts Nuts happened to him as Lucas Roth catches onto the back of Gary. Gary right in the way of these guys, and he's now caught Matimovic, his teammate, right behind him, who's currently done 2 pit stops. I think Gary's done multiple pit stops as Lucas Roth goes really wide there and allows the 2 Aston Martins through. But I do have to say, Jamie's pace is very good out front. He's now extended the gap by an extra second. He is now 9 lap old soft and doing very well. Gary almost tested his suspension strength. He did, very much so. But Green Pies currently losing a lot of time to this man, Big Boy Brazier, looking very good at the minute here at Spa. Ferrari winning back in real-time F1, and at the minute he is leading this Spa race here at Simply Motorsport. And guys, if you like what you see here, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, so you don't miss out on any racing here at Simply Motorsport. We're going to try and get some fun events on the way to you as well. As we got here, Matimovic exits the final corner here and towards the back of his teammate. The GT3 season will be starting very shortly as well in May. I do have a rough idea of when it is, but I can't remember the specific date. If any of the admin are in the chat, then you're more than welcome to drop the message in there and I will know the date. So Matt with DRS onto the back of his teammate, and I reckon this will be a relatively simple and easy as Gary goes up to turn 4. Oh, he doesn't quite get out of the way of his teammate. But right now Matt is being held up here. As down the inside goes Matt, and he's now ahead of his teammate, but Gary's fighting it. Oh no, as they go through no name, he decides to yield. So Matt now up another position. Oh, as the Mutts Nuts has a big moment through Pouon. And he keeps it going. Stays well out of the way of everyone. Just clips the curve and around he goes. That was spectacular from him, as Gary will now stick to at the back of him. Lucas Roth on to the back of the Mutts Nuts. Can he find a way past him? There you go, Emplava. I knew you would help me out. 4th and 5th of May, as Bryn has had a... Whoa! Bryn has had another moment. GT3 season starts. 4th and 5th. Can you see Emplava take... He didn't win the Pro-Am Championship. Is he going to win the Pro in the Mercedes-Benz? That is the question. All questions will be answered to you once the GT3 season comes to it. Will Andy finally get that championship? Will Slingshot Motorsport finally take a Team's Constructors Championship, as they've been so close for the last 2 seasons? Can this man get back to winning ways, as he has to look for a new teammate? Been so long since him and Little Leach has been partnered up. 5 seasons. Him and his brother have been teamed up, and it is coming to an end as Little Leach is down to Pro-Am. Is Lucas Roth, I reckon, is Lucas Roth trying to do an Alex Albon and pit on the very last lap? Alex Albon with a genius strategy at Australia to get his first point of this. Oh, it's Gary's gone round. Gary's dropped it. Now, is he going to stay out of the way of Lucas Roth? He does so. So, the Haas goes up into 5th place position. This is the strategy of the hard tyre. While people are making mistakes, Lucas Roth stays up in the points. Matt looking to try and bring that gap down to Jalik Joe. As Gary has found his way past Keegs once again through Puon. As we've got Sutty and the Mutts Nuts going at it. Mutts Nuts has just recently pitted and has now got the soft tyre on, while Sutty is on the medium. Both these guys could really do with a safety car to help him out. But at this stage it's not happening, as Bryn once again has a moment. Only if the stars stand in the correct position, says PN Motorsport. Sorry, not PM, Emplava. I seem to get you two mixed up, and I don't know why. As there, the Mutts Nuts down the inside of Sutty Apex. These two going at it door to door. Sutty is trying to hang in there in the McLaren, as the Mutts Nuts can't seem to find a way through. The Mutts Nuts will just have to wait a little bit longer as they go up towards the bus stop chicane. I am actually quite looking forward to commentating on Pro next season. Could possibly have some new commentators with me, of Smithy or Big Boy Brazier himself as well. So it would be nice to have either one of those two in the commentary box. We might have to alternate it and change between the two. But nonetheless, it'll be exciting to have some new commentators. And if you are interested in commentating, the Mutts Nuts sends it through Eau Rouge. What a move! Brave stuff there. He did a Mark Webber on Sutty Apex there. Brilliant stuff from him, and he gets DRS as well and pulls away from Sutty Apex. If you are interested in actually commentating as well here at Simplay Motorsport, that would be absolutely brilliant. It allows me and Matt to do a bit more racing as well. We'd like to switch it up. We'd love to give you that opportunity to commentate. So if you are interested, either contact myself or Matt Ahimovic, and we will try and get you in and commentating on the racing. That would be absolutely brilliant. But as of right now, we're currently watching the fight between Sutty and the Mutts Nuts, as Jalik Joe has made a mistake or has lost out to Matt Ahimovic, and Matt is on his way through. Fresh set of mediums, and he is past the Alfa Romeo, Green Pie's teammate, unable to keep Matt behind him. But Big Boy Brazier able to extend his lead up to 10 seconds now on those softs. And he's doing a fantastic job on those softs, may I say that as well. He has gone 13 laps on them so far, as Jalik Joe is into the pits. He is unable to go further than 11 laps on those mediums, or has he got front wing damage? We shall see. Gary up to 4th place position now. Lucas Roth up to 5th into the pits for Alfa Romeo. And it is a front wing damage as well for Jalik Joe, so he will be having the front wing repaired, as the Mutts Nuts sets the fastest lap of the race, a 46.4 with those fresh softs. I'm not surprised with DRS as well. He is on his way. Sutty currently in 7th place, and Bryn bringing up the rear in 9th place position. Good points for Bryn though. He needs to keep it going. But it is still Ferrari who lead the way with Big Boy Brazier. When does he choose to pit for the medium tyre or the hard tyre? It's up to him what he chooses. It's more likely going to be the medium tyre as he comes into the bus stop chicane, and he goes for another lap here. Green Pies more likely will probably go to the soft tyre towards the end and will be a lot faster than Big Boy Brazier. So at this stage, Green Pies taking the hit and being a little bit slower on those medium tyres, allowing Big Boy Brazier just to extend his lead at this stage with the soft tyres. Matimovic will struggle to get back to this race. He will be able to go to the end, I think, on these medium tyres. But how much of a fight is he going to be able to give? As Sati Apex has had a moment. He is in the grass and gravel and is struggling now. 8th place position. Bryn still a lap down on him, so he should stay ahead of Bryn. As Green Pies has left the session, he should be able to get back in, but his AI will now take over. That should open up Big Boy Brazier an opportunity to come into the pits, change his tyres, and still have a good opportunity of leading this race. Matimovic will be able to bring that gap down to Green Pies. So, disconnection from Green Pies. He should be able to get back in ASAP, but right now he is unable to get in the car. The AI will take over for the meantime. Big Boy Brazier, though, this is his opportunity now. If he had Bono in his ear, he'd be telling him to push right now, as Green Pies has got back into the session. So far, Green Pies has actually lost 3 seconds with him just being out, possibly 4 seconds now. So he's lost 4 seconds to Big Boy Brazier. He's lost probably 3 seconds to Matimovic. As Big Boy Brazier does opt to pit, as soon as he saw that, he knew this is his chance to come into the pits. How quick is this stop going to be as Green Pies goes into the bus stop? And I think that's still his AI, but I think he is now in the seat. Big Boy Brazier underway here. And Green Pies will go into turn 1. And Big Boy Brazier exits the pit stop, and that is a perfect opportunity for him. We've got a yellow flag. Bryn has retired from this race. That might be a safety car. It is a safety car. Matt slowing down as well. So all these guys, this is an opportunity for this man to come in and change tyres. Can Lucas Roth get a free pit stop here? Gary's in the pits. Lucas Roth staying out on those hard tyres. He's going to keep it going. Also, the Mutts Nuts into the pits. He looks like he's made a bit of a mess of that. Glick Joe should be able to get in and change tyres, but he's opted not to. Bryn has left the session. Sati Apex, he'll want to try and change those tyres as well, possibly. He doesn't seem to be having a good time on those mediums, and he does come into the pits, possibly to go on to the soft tyre. So Gary back out. He's going on to the soft tyres. The Mutts Nuts comes back out. He is on the medium tyre as well. Sati Apex puts those softs back on. So it's going to be an interesting fight to the end. As Green Pies now, what does he do? He gets a cheap pit stop on Matt, but he will lose out to Big Boy Brazier. But that gap will stay the same. It will come down. So it's an interesting one. Green Pies has to stick to his delta. Big Boy Brazier on the slower tyre. So just as Jamie pits for tyres, thinking that Green Pies has lost connection, he might lose all that advantage that he had here as Green Pies does pit. It is a free pit stop for Green Pies. Big Boy Brazier will retain the lead, but Matimovic not close enough to really hamper Green Pies. Green Pies onto the soft tyre. Matt is only now coming into bus stop, and he can't go any faster than what he's doing now. So Green Pies will be back out in second place, but he is on the soft tyre. Matt in third place position. Lucas Roth currently in fourth. He could peel into the pits. He might lose a place to Jalik Joe, but he's opted to stay out. Lucas Roth's strategy is really blowing my mind. He's on the hard tyre and he just keeps going. He's keeping on going. 29 laps on the hard tyre. What a lad. This is going to be an interesting restart. We're down to 8 drivers. Hopefully we should have a bigger grid in 2 weeks' time. Like I said, next week there will be no stream on a Sunday due to the fact that majority of us are away at Donington Park to watch the British Touring Car Championship. And if you are there at Donington Park, then feel free to come and find us. We will have a banner up so you will be able to see us and drop in, say hello, and have a drink with us. And we're looking to have a good time with everyone and just enjoy some great racing out at Donington Park. But also, make sure you tune in. 4th and 5th of May, the GT3 Championship will return. But also, we will be having a new championship just before that. I believe it might be the 3rd of May. We will have the British Touring Car Championship ourselves. As Matt in the chat says, Keegs going a long way, looks like. I believe, Matt, that Keegs is actually opting to go for the Alex Albon strategy. Pit on the very last lap chance on those hard tyres. So fair play to Keegs if he's opting to do that here at Spa. It's currently put him in 4th place position. He is going to be under a little bit of pressure towards the end as those tyres do seem to fade away. But your order right now is Big Boy Brazier, who leads the way for Ferrari. 2nd place is Green Pies for Alfa Romeo. 3rd is Matimovic, Aston Martin. 4th is Keegs with that unorthodox style of strategy on the hard tyre for Haas. 5th place is Jalik Joe for Alfa Romeo. 6th is Aston Martin with Gary 131 on board. 7th is the Williams of the Muttnuts, and bringing up the rear is Sutty Apex. With this safety car though, it will bring him back into this fight. Just hope for his sake that the tyres don't explode on lap 43. I believe Keegs should be okay. With these safety cars, it should help him out a little bit. Sadly, we don't have any telemetry that would allow us to see what his tyre life is like. But 30 lap old hards, they'll be at there. They'll start to feel the pain, I think, now. So we've got possibly 2 laps under the safety car, I reckon. We've got a fast Green Pies on the softs. We've got Big Boy Brazier on the mediums. And we've got Matimovic, who obviously doesn't want Green Pies outscoring him. This is going to be an epic end to this race. As everyone just gets bunched up a little bit. As my throat is a little bit blocked up. Excuse me a minute. Before anyone asks, no, I don't have a lump in my throat just yet. We'll talk about that when we get to Abu Dhabi. But it's going to be an interesting restart nonetheless. We are just waiting on Sutty Apex to catch the pack. And he's back on those soft tyres. He seems to be a lot happier on the softs. Any other tyre, he seems to be a bit unhappy. As the Muttnuts made a mistake somewhere, so he's now lost a place to Gary on the safety car. So, can Big Boy Brazier hang on and get his first win of the season? Only 3 drivers this season have taken a win. It's been this man, Green Pies, Matimovic, and the man in 6th place position, Gary 131, as the safety car is into the pits this lap. So we didn't get that long of a safety car period, and it is Big Boy Brazier who will dictate the pace now. Can Green Pies get the jump? That is the question. As Big Boy Brazier is not going to be wanting to mess around too much. Everyone wants to stick as close as they possibly can. Here we go, guys. We're about to get underway. And still, Big Boy Brazier not gone yet. He's probably waiting for the right time. We go on board with Green Pies. He's ready to pounce. He's doing a Max Verstappen style here, getting alongside. Big Boy Brazier chooses. When does he choose to go? He exits the final corner. And he's gone. Or he's gone now. And Green Pies unable to do anything about it. But Green Pies goes down the inside. And he does the job straight away. But will he run a bit wide? He does a little bit. But Big Boy Brazier can't attack with those mediums. And that is it. Green Pies is back into the lead of this race. And what a restart for him. He is back in the lead on the soft tyres. And away he goes. But can Big Boy Brazier catch him with without the DRS? Sorry, it's just straight line speed. Is he close enough to send it down the inside into turn 4? No, he is not able to get close enough. And it's Green Pies who will carry on leading this race. Couple other movers as Gary's into the wall. Gary has made a mistake and is into the wall. He's possibly made contact with Keegs there as Jalik Joe has moved up to 4th place position. So Gary dropping to the back of that order. But it is Green Pies who retakes the lead here. Big Boy Brazier going into turn into the P1, and he's currently in 2nd place and is losing time to Green Pies. 2 laps until we have the DRS, and these two have got a big job on their hands now to win this race. I think Green Pies, as long as he keeps it on track, he should be okay. As the Mutts Nuts, by the looks of things, lost a bit of front wing, and I think he has. That's going to allow Sutty Apex to have a look. He's going to go around the outside. He can't get the job done. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Sutty Apex right onto the rear of the Mutts Nuts, and he gets the job done. The Williams struggling with front wing damage there, as is Gary 131, who is still going along. But after the restart, it is Green Pies who leads the race, with Big Boy Brazier currently in 2nd place position, Matinovic in 3rd, 4th is Jalik Joe, 5th is still Lucas Roth with those hard tyres, but he's under pressure from Sutty Apex, who comes down the inside on those soft tyres, and he gets the job done. Lucas Roth stays down, goes down into 6th place position. Guys, get your votes in for driver of the day, as we've only got 11 laps worth of racing. Last quarter of the race to go, as the Mutts Nuts and Gary 131 are back into the pits, as Green Pies now extends his lead. And as these gaps now start to open up, I think this is going to be kind of the fight is going to be between Jalik Joe and Sutty Apex. And also, can Matinovic get past Big Boy Brazier? I think Green Pies, with that lucky safety car, has managed to get away with that. Big Boy Brazier looking like he had a good strategy in hand and just got wiped away thanks to the safety car, as Sutty runs a little bit wide there, trying to get onto the back of Jalik Joe, who's currently still hanging on to that 4th place position. Here comes the McLaren of Sutty Apex. These two have had a brilliant night's worth of racing between these two. And Sutty coming up to the bus stop chicane now. Can he find a way past on the Alfa Romeos? Green Pie sets the fastest lap of this race at 44.9. That's his pace. He's got a yellow flag. That is the Mutts Nuts, who's gone off again. That's going to allow Gary 131 to get closer. But DRS is now enabled, or has been enabled. So can Sutty find a way past, as the Mutts Nuts has left the session? He should hopefully be able to get back in if he wants to. Jalik Joe now under some pressure from the McLaren of Sutty Apex. Does Sutty get the rear wing? Yes, he does. And down the Kemmel straight they go. Sutty Apex down the inside is now up into 4th place position. Back on the soft tyre, and where he seems to be a little bit more happier on that tyre. So Sutty Apex up into 4th place position. Can he do anything about Matimovic towards the end, or will that be as far as he gets right now? He is on the soft tyre. He will be faster than Matt right now at this stage. with Big Boy Brazier currently in second place and is looking good for a podium. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. And that is Lucas Roth, aka Geeks, has had a moment through Puon, and down the order he goes. Those hard tyres now must be screaming at him, and he must be struggling at this stage of the race. So Keegs obviously wanting to stick to that strategy for as long as he possibly can. So Matimovic still in third place position, will lose quite a bit of points off the green flags here, but at least this time he gets to finish the race. Unlike last time out where we were at Budapest, the Hungaroring, where Matt didn't actually score any points. He was actually in the commentary box with myself. Up the hill we go through Radion. The next threat he has to worry about is this man, Sati Apex, on the soft tyre. How quickly can he catch onto the back of Matt? And how much of a headache can he give him? Sorry, mate. Yeah, it's just been a long weekend for myself. And, yeah, when it gets a little bit slow, it does get a little bit difficult to commentate. I don't believe the Mutts and Nuts will be returning. So Gary now up into 6th, 7th place position. Lucas Roth still trying to make those hard tyres go the distance. Jalik Joe currently in 5th place position. Sati Apex in 4th. 3rd is Matimovic. 2nd is Big Boy Brazier. But it is this man, Green Pies, with a 5.3 second gap over Big Boy Brazier. And is trying to extend the gap as much as possible. But he doesn't want to be going too quick, because it could possibly end in disaster with him making one little mistake. My question is, can Gary 131 catch Keegs, Lucas Roth towards the end of this race, or has Lucas Roth still done enough to stay ahead of Gary 131 and get that 6th place position? That is the question. Can Sati Apex catch Matimovic towards the end? I think Sati just doesn't seem to have the straight line speed to catch Matt. But anything can still happen here. We've still got a few laps to go, so anything is still possible here at Spa. Sati with a little wiggle there. Lucas Roth with a 3-second penalty once again for corner cutting. That's going to be 6 seconds to his name. But guys, just remember, if you haven't done so already, then please hit that like button. It does help us out massively here at Simplay Motorsport. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, so you do not miss any of the action. Oh, I've dropped my headset. I've got hold of it, don't worry. Make sure you hit that bell to make sure that you know exactly when we are live here at Simplay Motorsport, and tune in for the 4th and 5th of May as the GT3s will be returning back once again at Simplay Motorsport. We will also be having the British Touring Car Championship alongside as well, which I think will be the only race that I'll be racing next season. I will not be returning for season 6. I will be giving you guys all the action from the commentary box for the Pro-Am and Pro GT3 Championship, and we will possibly having this man, Big Boy Brazier, with me in the commentary box for a Thursday night, and possibly Matimovic for a Wednesday night, and even Smithy himself will possibly be joining us in the commentary box as well. But if you guys are interested in doing some commentating, then please get in contact with either myself or this man Matimovic, and we will look at trying to get you involved with some commentating. And yeah, it would be great to have some more commentators here at Simplay Motorsport, so more of us can get involved with the racing, like myself and Matt. I've always wanting to race and get involved with the racing. I would love to do a bit of F1 race if I possibly can, but sadly unable to do so because no one to commentate. But if you are interested, then please drop a message to us and we will get you in the commentary box, giving you a go and seeing how you get on. But nonetheless, I'm excited for the new season. New drivers into Pro. We've got some new drivers entering the championship as well. In the Pro-Am, we've got JM Grill, who will be entering the championship. Chiron was also looking to enter the championship as well. We've also got the Overtaker as well, who's going straight into the pro category. We've seen his lap times, and it would be a bit unfair to put him in the Pro-Am category. So he will be making a attack in the Pro. And also, like I said, the Touring Car Championship could be interesting as well. We will be mainly focusing on British circuits for the first season, and I know a lot of guys in the Discord are waiting for that championship, and it will be based on project cars. You'll have the choice of the Renault Megane, the BMW, I don't know what it is, but I know it's a BMW, the Vauxhall Astra and the Mercedes A-Class as an option. So you can do a bit of touring car racing, and I think we're going to try a bias system where if you come in the top 5 of the championship, you have to run 100 litres worth of fuel to slow your car down and to give other people an opportunity to take race wins. So tune in for that. That could be interesting, as we could do Brands Hatch, Donington Park, Autumn Park, Snetterton, and a couple others as well. Silverstone Classic, I think, has been rumoured to come back on the calendar as well. I am still amazed by this man, Lucas Roth, still on those hard tyres and still not wanting to come into the pits. He is doing an Alex Albon right now and is trying to go to the very end on those hard tyres. Honourable mention to Lucas Roth for going this long on the hard tyres. So, but guys, get your votes for driver of the day. 13 people currently watching. Get your votes in for driver of the day. I want to hear your votes. I do actually need to speak to Matt so I can sort it out. Doing the polls myself, so it would be easier for you to just click instead of writing it yourself. So please, guys, get your votes in for driver of the day. The game will give me driver of the day, but as it stands right now, the positionings that we are running at the minute, it is Green Pies who leads the way of this race and will be scoring the maximum points, including the fastest lap as well. So Green Pies will take maximum points. Big Boy Brazier currently in second place position, 10 seconds behind Green Pies. Third place is Matimovic, your championship leader, who will be losing points to Green Pies right now. Fourth place is Sutty Apex. Fifth place is Jalik Joe. What a start for this season for him. He's come into the championship tonight and has really put on a good performance as well. First time we've ever seen him race here at Simplay Motorsport, and honourable mention for such a good appearance here and doing a good job for the Alfa Romeo duo. Lucas Roth, obviously, hands down, I gotta say, what a man, going 37 laps on the hard tyres, and he's gonna prove a point. He's probably gonna go to a lap 43 and pit, but I would really like to know what state those tyres are in. But obviously Keegs and Lucas Roth himself will only know that, and he's still going. Fair play to him. Gary131, not been his night tonight. What can he do in the new season? Can he finally go back to winning ways? The two-time pro champ. There's only been 2 champions in pro, which is myself and also Gary131, and I'm pretty sure Gary will be back to winning ways for sure in season 6. Obviously season 5 was a little bit difficult for him due to having a newborn, and a massive congratulations to him and his brother, both having newborns within a short amount of time of one another. So congratulations to both of them, and both of them are struggling with driving due to that. The Much Nuts' AI has decided to come into the pits. Not been his night. He seems to have thrown in the towel a little bit here, and it's just not seemed to have gone his way this evening, and he is into the pits and looks like he's going to have a front wing change. Emplava says, got to say, Lucas Roth for driver of the day. He is an honourable mention for me. He does need to change tyres though. He does need to change tyres, but at the minute he will do it on the 43rd lap, the very last chance that he can pit. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that is his strategy. He's trying to do an Alex Albon at Australia not long ago. So still, credit to him. As Matimovic is into the pits. This is a bold call, as Sutty Apex will now go ahead of him, as will Jalik Joe. So this is a bold call from Matt. He's onto the soft tyre. He's only got 4 laps to pass Sutty Apex and Angelic Joe. So he's possibly giving away decent points here to Green Pies. Oh, Matt, is that a good idea? Or has he completely shot those mediums? That is the question. What is the gap between him and Sutty? Let's have a look. If I change leader, so Sutty Apex, he's 21 seconds behind Green Pies. He's 13 seconds behind Sutty Apex. So he's got to be sending some really fast lap times to catch Sutty and get back onto the podium. So Matt has got a lot of work to do here to catch this man. And Sutty will not make his life easier anyway. For me, I think as well, we've got to look at this man for driver of the day. He looks very good tonight. A little bit more luck went his way. If it wasn't for the safety car, I think we would have had more of a fight between him and Green Pies. As Green Pies has only now got to 11-12 seconds near the end of this race. That was the kind of the gap that Big Boy Brazier had when Green Pies left the session, or had his disconnection. So it would have been a close fight towards the end, I reckon, between those two. So I think it was just a bit of bad luck Jamie's way, and it could have been a different story. Sutty Apex currently on the podium for Matt's very last minute pit stop. Now Matt has got to be doing some banger of a lap times to catch Sutty Apex now. And they've got to be some quick lap times. If we go on board with Matt, has he gone purple in the final sector? Is he trying to steal fastest lap away from Green Pies? But he has to be confident enough that he can get back to the front. So Matt, on his way to try and set the fastest lap of the race. It is a 10-second gap now to Sutty Apex. So he's found 2 seconds already. One thing you have to take into account as well, he has to pass Jalik Joe as well, who's currently in 4th. And is going to be helping his teammate as much as possible. So Matt, this is a bold choice of decision here. He goes down the Camel Straight. Does he go purple in the first sector? He doesn't. So already Matt not fastest on this lap. He's really pushing though as well. That Aston Martin running really wide. This is going to be the interesting thing now. Can Matt catch Sutty Apex before the end of this race? He has an Alfa Romeo to clear first, but then he's got to catch the McLaren of Sutty Apex. The gap is coming down now. Jalik Joe goes past Puon and then down into the slow chicanes here. And there is Matt hunting down that Alfa Romeo. Well, I really think Matt's going to run out of time to catch Sutty. Sutty already up towards the quick left-hander towards the bus stop chicane. It's going to be tight though. Matt is pushing. I think all this just to steal an extra fastest lap. He wasn't going to catch Jamie. He wasn't going to catch Big Boy Brazier. He exits the final corner. Is this the fastest lap of the race? No, it's not. So Green Pies' fastest lap is really going to stick in there, I think. And there your positions gained. Green Pies maintains the lead. Big Boy Brazier made 2. Sutty made 4. Jalik Joe made 1. Matt's down 2. Lucas Roth made 4. Gary down 1. And the Mutts Nuts down 6. Matt is in 2 seconds of Jalik Joe. And that gap between him and Sutty is slowly coming down. Sutty has actually lost time to Jalik Joe. Sutty making mistakes. Is those soft tyres now starting to go? 12 lap old softs though, that is the question. Green Pies well out in front. He just needs to cruise home and score good points. Big Boy Brazy 2nd, 3rd Sutty Apex, 4th Jalik Joe, 5th is Matimovic, and he can see that Alfa Romeo now. Goes through Puon. He's going to be suffering a little bit of dirty F on the back of that Alfa Romeo. Nonetheless, this has been a bold choice from Matt. He'll have to nail these laps to catch Sutty, and Sutty will not make it easy. Sutty will want this podium. Through the right-hander they go. Jalik Joe now got the Aston Martin breathing down his neck. And Matimovic will want to clear him as quickly as he possibly can. A little lift from Jalik Joe. Matt goes to the outside, looks to the inside, and he can't seem to find a way past. Matt gets very close to the back of the Alfa Romeo as they exit the bus stop chicane. This is what's going to stop Matt from getting back on the podium. But he gets the DRS zone. He is down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, and he gets the job done. But can he hang on as they go through the Camel Straight? 5 seconds is the gap between him and Sutty. Sutty heading up to Radion and down the Camel Straight. Matt now going up the hill towards Radion, towards the Camel Straight. Is Jalik Joe close enough to use the DRS to catch Matt? Matt is now harvesting energy. This is going to be an interesting end as Lucas Roth does the Alex Albon strategy and comes into the pits on the 43rd lap. Congratulations, Keegs, for making it all the way to the end. Fantastic job from him. But the interesting fight now is Sutty Apex. Can he hang on before Matimovic catches him? It'll be literally at bus stop, I reckon. Matt will catch him right at the end. This is going to be intense, guys. Oh, this is going to be very, very intense. But Matt, I think, has wasted this. He should have just hanged in there and cruised home, personally. Lucas Roth will come home in possibly 6th place position if Gary makes a mistake, but Gary's well out in front. Lucas Roth, though, what a strategy from him as Green Pies now starts the final lap of this race. He goes through turn 1. Big Boy Brazier into the bus stop chicane he goes. The gap between Matimovic and Sutty Apex, 3.9. 4 seconds now between these two. Matt could possibly run out of time. He'll have to find 4 seconds in one lap. And if Sutty has a slow exit like that, Matt could catch him. Matt exits the final corner. He is trying everything he possibly can to catch Sutty Apex, who enters turn 1. He gets a decent drive up towards Eau Rouge and Radion. And I really think Matt has made a big mistake pitting so late in the race. If he pulls this off, I'll be amazed, but I don't think he will. Sutty Apex, 14 lap old softs. Matimovic, 3 lap old softs. He can see the McLaren. Sutty, mate, just keep it on track. Matt is coming. We'll go back to Green Pies as he goes through the slow chicanes. And looks like he is on his way for another win here tonight. 1 vote already to Lucas Roth by from N Plava. I think it's because you two have N and P's in your names. So PN, N Plava, I get confused. But Green Pies is on his way to complete this win. Matimovic isn't close enough, 2 seconds. But it's Green Pies. He heads to the bus stop chicane. It has been a bit of a heart and mouth moments at time for Green Pies, but he slows down and he takes the win here. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Green Pies wins here at Spa. Brilliant stuff from him. And it's Big Boy Brazier who will come to the end here in 2nd place position. Good stuff for him. And the Ferrari car will come home and take a 2nd place. Big Boy Brazier will be happy with that. But Sutty Apex will come home and he will be on the podium. Sutty Apex will take 3rd place position as the Must Nuts has crossed the line. Sutty Apex takes 3rd place position from Matimovic in 4th. 5th place is Jalik Joe. So good outing there from him. It's nice to see him do a good job here tonight. Gary 131. Not been his night. He's going to come home for 6th place position. Lucas Roth will finish in 7th place as well. And the Mutts Nuts has finished as well in 8th place position. All of the classifications will score points here as Lucas Roth has actually had a moment and has gone off. So he'll possibly be doing some donuts as we still got 1 vote for Lucas Roth for driver of the day from M Plava. As Gary 131 crosses the line. As I believe the table should hopefully be updated. But this man, I think he made a mistake towards the end there of changing strategy and has actually lost him a podium there. So probably not what he would have wanted here. So that is it. Green Pies is your race winner. So I think if I remember rightly, Sutty Apex with driver of the day. I'm going to give my driver of the day to Big Boy Brazier. I think he deserves it after a great run. Could have possibly had the win, but obviously strategy did not fall his way at all due to that late safety car. But it is Green Pies who is your race winner, as I will just get the top 3 into the party now. I need to also remember that the tables have changed, so hopefully I can find them before for the end of the night. But we get Big Boy Brazier, Sutty Apex, and Green Pies into the chat. But there is confirmation. It is Green Pies who is the race winner and takes fastest lap as well. Matt just 2/10 off the fastest lap. Second place is Big Boy Brazier. Third is Sutty Apex. Fourth is Matimovic. Fifth is Jalik Joe. Sixth is Gary 131. Seventh Lucas Roth with that crazy strategy on the hard tyre. Eighth is the Mutts Nuts. Ninth is Bryn. 10th is Go 10 Duffin. 11th is Rabbit Joe. 12th is PN Motorsport. And DJ Phil in 13th place position. As I'm still being stupid and can't find the tables, because Matt did tell me he has a new table set up. But as we got the top 3 in with us right now, we will start the man who finished 3rd place, and that is Sutty Apex. Sutty, you weren't expecting that, mate. A 3rd place position. It looked like it was going all wrong at the midpoint, but nonetheless, you come home and you're on the podium.
I know, yeah, it was going wrong. I span about the same place twice. And, had a few tyres, new set of softs. I thought Matt was going to get us, to be honest. He pitted for the fastest lap. He was screaming up behind us, but just managed to hold on.
Yeah, definitely so. It just seemed tonight that you just couldn't quite get on with the medium tyre by the looks of things. Every time you went onto the medium tyre, it just wouldn't fire up or wouldn't come your way by the looks of things. Yeah,
I was just struggling. It's not my best forte this game, as we all know, but I'm happy with 3rd.
3rd place now, and that's it's got to give you a bit of boost of confidence, especially when the new GT3 season comes along. And it's a little bit more driving practice, though. Even though it's different cars, it's still good to be behind the wheel, isn't it?
Well, it's not for me because I have to do the pad on this game. I can't do the wheel on this one. I've tried, but I can't.
Did you think towards the end of that race that Matt was going to catch you, and was you shocked to see that Matt had actually pitted as well?
No, because I think he said he was pitting for fastest lap, but one lap he was like 4 seconds quicker than me. I thought I didn't stand the chance of holding on the 3rd, to be honest. I thought he was going to scream up and pass me.
Fair enough. Well, nonetheless, we in 2 weeks' time we'll be heading to the Netherlands for Zandvoort. Hopefully, you should be around to do the race. Normally, with work commitments, you should sometimes there or not. But are you looking forward to Zandvoort?
Yes and no. It's not my favourite one. That I seem to like a special curb at Zandvoort. I seem to always bin it. So we'll see if I can manage to survive.
Well, nonetheless, mate, you've had a great night tonight, and I'm pretty sure I'll catch you in the chat at some point. But congratulations on the podium.
Cheers, mate. See you later, Dan. Congrats, Green Pies. Congrats, Jeremy.
Congratulations to them indeed. And we head to Big Boy Brazier and Jamie. What rotten luck. That safety car could not have come out at a worse time for yourself. You look like you had a great strategy in hand there. You had the gap over Green Pies, especially when his character decided to leave the session. You gained that time, and that safety car just got you at the wrong time, didn't it?
Yeah, so I said to PN in my party chat, I said, I should have left it another lap. But so as soon as I saw that Green Pies had left, I thought, right, I've got to get in, get on the mediums, and try and get away. But yeah, just the safety car was just the kick in the teeth I didn't need.
Yeah, I mean, the middle stint, you seem to be a lot stronger than obviously Matt and Green Pies. When you're on the softer tyre, obviously you had that advantage, and you were able to pull away from those two as they were too busy squabbling one another. But like I said, that safety car was just your bad luck. You seem to have very good pace though, and that's encouraging for when you go to other circuits though.
Oh yeah, so I thought I had very good pace. As soon as soon as I'd done a few laps, just settled down into a rhythm. Just knew my braking points, knew the racing line, and say after the first restart, knew I was on the softs and Matt was on the mediums. I thought, right, I've got to get away here. Got him quite early on, and thought, right, I need to disappear up the road.
Yes, definitely. So, did you think that a race win was on the cards?
Yeah, I did. When I saw Green Pies had left, I thought, right, a race win is definitely on the cards. And then when the safety car came out, I thought, right, I've got to try and hold Green Pies as long as I can. And yeah, that restart wasn't the best. I just got such a poor restart, and yeah, that was that.
Speaking of the restarts, especially the first one when Matt was leading, it seemed like you just got a little bit caught out with him going really slow at first, right up to the line, and Green Pies was able to try and nip you quite early on. Do you think Matt kind of held you up a little bit there and caught you out, or was it more?
No, I don't think he meant to do it on purpose. Say if I know he wouldn't do it on purpose, but yeah, so I just thought had to defend from Green Pies into turn one, and yeah, just then set off after Matt. But yeah, I don't think there was he done it on purpose or anything.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, that was good points for yourself and also Ferrari, and hopefully you can get yourselves back into this fight, and hopefully you can take a race win from Green Pies and Matimovic. You also got from myself driver of the day, but nonetheless, mate,
Thank you.
Congratulations on second place, and you almost had a race win, but better luck for Zandvoort. Are you looking forward to Zandvoort?
Oh yeah, I really like Zandvoort, and so I haven't raced it on F1 2021, but on the last game, really love the track.
Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time at Zandvoort.
Yeah, cheers, well done Green Pies, and well done Satty.
As we do move on to your race winner, as Green Pies, you take another win here at Spa, and was not the easiest of wins for sure. There was a couple of moments when things kind of started going downhill a little bit. You had your spin in the later stage of the race where you went into the chicane, and we come on board with you and you're in the gravel, and also the contact with Sutty as well, which spun you around. Not the easiest win for sure.
No, it was definitely very hard. First of all, I want to say thank you to Joe for being my teammate tonight. It was great having a teammate for once. But yeah, the first incident, I spun by myself, just a lapse in concentration, broke my front wing. And then I had to change my strategy completely. Like the mediums I went onto, I was ready to go to the end with them. And then I was going side by side with Study Apex, and he just cut my nose off. I'm guessing the stream caught that, so I'm going to have to look back and see if that's report worthy or not, because it did mess me up a good bit, and it took me a while to catch up with Matt. But yeah, I was scared at one point that Big Boy Brazier was gonna be able to pull out, and then I disconnected, which also didn't help. So everything was against me this race.
But I know from last time experience watching you racing, especially at Spa as well, on another league, this circuit just seems to not like you in any way. Always gives you some headaches, and it did again tonight.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Exactly, yeah. But nonetheless, you did take the race win, and you have brought that gap down to Matt. And there's not many rounds left. We're on round 10. There's 6 rounds left to go.
Yeah, and I don't know how many more of them I'll be at. So. And
also with the news of Matt, obviously, possibly commentating for another, like a more professional commentating role. He might not be able to do some of the rounds also, so there's still opportunities that both of you could still be fighting for the championship.
Yeah. I was actually very surprised when he boxed.
I was very surprised as well, but we've got next round is in 2 weeks' time. Obviously, next week we'll be away for the British Touring Car Championship, so no one will be able to commentate or stream. But the week after, we will be back, and we're heading to Zandvoort. What's your opinion on Zandvoort, and can you keep bringing that gap down?
Zandvoort is my worst track for qualifying, but my best track for race pace. So you'll probably see me do bad in qualifying, but then come through in the race.
Well, congratulations on the race win and the fastest lap tonight. And the gap has come down, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time at Zandvoort.
Do you know what the gap is by any chance?
I'm just about to read the championship titles now, as it is Matimovic who still leads the way with 179 points. Green Pies in second with a 23 different gap between the two. 156 to his name. Gary still in third place position, 108 points and 71 behind. Mazda in fourth is 78 points. In fifth place, Sati is not too far off the back of Mazda with 74 points. He's only 4 points behind him. PM Motorsport in sixth place position with 59 points. Seventh is Fury with 44. 8th is A Smith on 38, matched with his teammate Monkey Boy on 38 as well. 10th is Emo Guy. 11th is the Mutts Nuts on 36. Jamie with that fantastic run there. Big Boy Brazier, 12th place with him and 30 points to his name. D Biggs in 13th place position. 14th is DJ Phil and 15th is Argent. 16th is KLF 900. 17th is Rabbit Joe. 18th place is Gillette Joe as well with 10 points to his name. 19th place is Goten Duffin with 9. 20 for Bryn and 20th place for Bryn and 9 points. Keegs is on the tables with 21st place and 6 points for him. Leon Fernie in 22nd place position. The team's title looks like this. Aston Martin still lead the way, but the gap is coming down. Alfa Romeo has dropped it down to 121 points difference, so they could still catch. Now, if Green Pies has a teammate for the rest of the season, it could come down to the wire for the teams as well. McLaren in third place position with 137 points, still way a bit off the leaders. But in fourth place is Williams 114, fifth is Haas with 101, sixth is Alfa Atari with 76, seventh is Alpine with 64, Ferrari in 8th place position, 9th is Red Bull Ring, and 10th place is Mercedes. The 3 top teams in F1 at the bottom of our tables here at Simplay Motorsport. That is your championship standings here, guys, and there's not long left. 6 rounds still to go. The fight is on. Who can win this title? Matimovic, Green Pies, or can Gary 131 get his act together and finally get back into this fight? Who's going to take the team title? Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo. Who is going to come out on top? Like I said, guys, sadly we will be having another week's break due to being away at the British Touring Car Championship, but we will be back after that, as we will be returning to the championship. We will be heading to the Netherlands for Zandvoort for the next round of the championship. Stay tuned. Also, 3rd and 4th of May, the championship of the GT3s will return, and also keep an eye on the British Touring Car Championship as well. As from myself and everyone here at Simplay Motorsport, it's good night and congratulations to Green Pies on another win.